All right, leaders, so in this station, we're going to take a look at morphology. The term morphology is Greek and is a makeup of morph, meaning shape or form, and ology, which means the study of something. Morphology is the study of the internal structure of a word and forms a core part of linguistics, or the study of language. So our goal today is to distinguish between root words and words with the suffix ly and how we can use those words correctly in sentences. So a suffix is a syllable or syllables placed at the end of a root word to change the word's meaning and or to form a different word. The suffix we will be working with this week is ly, which is of Latin origin. So ly is pronounced li, and it means in a way. The suffix ly means in a way, with the blank being the word of which ly is added. When ly is added to the end of an adjective, the word becomes an adverb. So instead of the word describing a noun or a person, place, or thing, when ly is added, it becomes an adverb describing a verb. So adverbs, as I just said, describe verbs. The adverb created with the suffix ly describes how a verb happens. Watch what happens with the word on the next slide. So careful. What is the meaning of the word careful? Careful means paying attention to avoid risks, mistakes, or accidents. Let's try using that in a sentence. His parents tell him to be careful and look both ways before he crosses the street. Carefully becomes an adverb, which means means in a careful way or in a way that involves paying close attention to avoid risks, mistakes, or accidents. We look at the word speedy. What is the meaning of the word speedy? Speedy means moving fast. If I use it in a sentence, I was surprised by how speedy the cars actually were as they raced around the track. When you add the suffix ly to the adjective ending in y, you must first change the y to an I and then add ly. So speedily would be speedily. I changed that y in speedy to an I and then added the suffix. So what is the meaning of this new word? It is an adverb, and speedily means in a speedy way or in a way that is moving fast. So speedily in a sentence, I was late for my dentist appointment, so I walked speedily to the office. What are some synonyms of speedily? If I took speedily out, I could replace it with quickly, swiftly, or rapidly. I notice that all of them have the ly ending because they're still an adverb describing how I walked. Now let's take a look at the word accidental. What is the meaning of the word accidental? It's an adjective and it means happening unexpectedly, or not on purpose, accidentally. So accidentally is the adverb version of accidental. It means in an accidental way, in a way that is unexpected or not on purpose. So using it in a sentence, I accidentally dropped my new flower vase and broke it. So accidentally, in another sentence, I accidentally dropped my flower vase and I broke it. If I was going to replace accidentally with some synonyms, I could use unintentionally or haphazardly dropped my vase. Notice that this still has the suffix ly because it's still an adverb describing how I dropped the vase. Let's take a look at the word loud. What is the meaning of the word loud? It means noisy or loudly. Loudly is the adverb version, and it means in a loud or noisy way. So in a sentence, I loudly called for help. Another sentence, he was singing so loudly that I could hear him 3 houses away. If I was going to use synonyms of loudly, I could use words such as powerfully or piercefully. Again, notice they both have the suffix ly because they're still adverbs describing how he was singing. Let's take a look at the word easy. Easy means not hard to do or to get easily, and it is an adjective. Easily is the adverb form, in an easy way, in a way that is not hard to do or to get. So in a sentence, I easily moved the desk across the room. If I was going to use a different sentence, we were able to complete the 100-piece puzzle easily, so we tried working on a 200-piece puzzle next. If I was going to replace it with some synonyms, I could choose effortlessly or quickly. Once again, if you haven't noticed the pattern, it's ly at the end because they're still adverbs that are describing how we worked on the puzzle. All right, leaders, so we are going to finish up this station rotation with working on activity page 2.3. If you could turn now into your workbooks to activity page 2.3, we're going to take a look at the words in the box, and we're going to try numbers 1 and 2 together. So while you're turning, we're going to kind of think about what we just talked about. So we said that adjectives describe a noun or a person, place, or thing. Adverbs describe the verb in the sentence, and we're specifically looking at the suffix ly, so in a way. So we're going to have to read the sentence and try to identify, are we picking a word that is an adverb or an adjective to fill in the blank. And I really caution you to read the sentence at the end to make sure that it sounds correct to you. It's a really good way to double check your sentences. So let's take a look at the words in the box. We have easy, easily, loud, careful, carefully, temporary, speedy, accidental, or temporarily. So looking at number 1, even though his stay with us was only blank, I got really attached to the neighbor's dog staying with us for a week while his owners were on vacation. So think about what words should fill in there. So we're talking about so even though his stay was only temporary, okay, I really got attached to the neighbor's dog who was staying with us. So temporary, meaning it was only happening for a short time. So you can fill in temporary now in number 1. Number 2, Amber's dad blank put his coffee in his thermos instead of his let me read that again. Amber's dad blank put her coffee in her thermos instead of his thermos. Amber's dad blank put his coffee in her thermos instead of his thermos. Well, it sounds like a mistake to me, and that word would be accidental. Accidentally. So Amber's dad accidentally put his coffee in her thermos instead of his thermos. Could you imagine that? Going to drink something out of your thermos and it not being what you expected it to be and it being coffee? Sure, her dad did not do that intentionally, so we would say it was accidentally, and it's how he put it in her coffee. All right, so we're going to ask you to finish up the station rotation by using the rest of the words in the box to complete the sentences. Remember, reread the sentence out loud to make sure it sounds correct to your ear.